Hi, I'm Geoff Dean, your Player Development Director, and today's golf tip is going to be on how to maneuver the ball or hit it in different directions on the golf course. In other words, we're going to learn how to fade it, we're going to learn how to draw it, we're going to learn how to hit straight. We've talked a lot about hitting the ball farther, but we really haven't gotten into how to maneuver it and hit different golf shots on the golf course. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced player, the tips that I'm going to show you today are going to really help you to be able to move the ball, in other words, maneuver it in the air on the golf course. It'll help you off the tee, it's going to help you in your approach shots, or rather in your fairway shots, and even your approach shots around the green. So join me in my teaching facility and let's get right to it. Today's coaching tip is on how to hit the ball in different directions on purpose on the golf course. In other words, we're going to learn how to hit it left to right, right to left, and hit the ball straight. But before we do that, I want to show you something and take you to the end, and then we're going to go back to the beginning. In other words, at impact, I want to really emphasize what we must do in order to pull these shots off. So I'm going to use my little diagram here. As I set up to this ball position diagram, the orange line is my golf ball. Notice as I set up, my chin is slightly behind the ball. Well, in all golf shots, we want to make sure that as I take the club back and then bring it back down to impact, I want to make sure that my head and chin remain on the golf ball or on that line until I make contact with the ball and release it to full extension at hip level on the follow through. In other words, what we don't want to do is take the club back and get out ahead of the golf ball in our chin move. That is a really big no-no in this drill or in this tip, but it's a no-no anyway. You really always want to make sure that you want to keep your chin behind the golf ball at impact and beyond, and then once you hit it, it's okay to come out of the shot. Okay, so let's get right into how do we hit golf shots that vary from different directions. 3 simple tips that I'm going to show you. When we set up to the golf ball, take a look at the diagram here. Here, the orange line represents my target line. 3 simple ways to adjust your ball flight. The first shot that we're going to talk about is a draw, or for a right-hander to be able to hit the ball out to the right and curve back left. When I stand here to this golf line, the orange line, what I'm going to concentrate on doing is allowing the club path, the path of the club, to go so significantly inside or on a heavily arced path to the inside of the target line. And then on the downswing, I'm going to feel like I'm swinging it outside. So it's going to be a heavy inside-out pattern. And that inside-out pattern is going to help us to create right-to-left spin, and the ball will go to the left. Now, if I want to hit the ball straight, I'm not going to take the club way to the inside, as we call it, of the target line. What we're going to do is just going to allow the hands to travel more straight back along my foot line. So notice what happens here. The draw, way inside, straight back, is more of a straight ball as we take it to the top of the backswing. In other words, you're allowing your hands and arms to just kind of drift straight back, not a severely pathway to the inside. And then when I want to hit a fade or hit it left to right, we're going to change path again, and instead of going it way inside for a draw, straight back for a straight ball, we're going to take the club slightly outside the path and to the top. So let me describe that to you once again. At the very beginning of the golf swing, we want to feel like your hands are drawing in on an arc that's heavily to the inside, very close to your belt line. So it's going to look something like that. On a straight ball, you want to feel like your hands are going to go more straight back along your pathway, along your foot line. And then on a fade or a ball that's going to go a little left to right, you want to feel like your hands are actually going to go a little bit outside. Notice the shaft is actually pointing a little outside. And then at that point, you just take it up. What happens is that on the way down, your path is outside and in. The ball will curve left to right. If I take it straight back and then up, I'm going to bring it straight back and square at impact. And then if I take it inside and then bring it back down to the inside and out, that's going to cause an inside out path and cause a draw. So these 3 tips are going to help you to adjust for direction on the golf course by changing the pathway of your club on the backswing, and then let your swing happen from there. I'll review one last time. For a draw, you want to take it inside along your belt line. For a straight ball, you're going to take your hands more straight back along your feet. And then for a fade, you're going to allow the hands and arms to go outside a little bit and then up to the top. Those 3 different swing patterns are going to change the flight or the path of your ball, which will change the path of your club, which will then change the flight of your ball. So I encourage you to go out and try these little variations to your golf swing. And if you have any questions about this tip, please feel free to contact me at gdean@pgawest.com. Good luck and talk to you soon.